Hello everyone. I thought I would share with you a little project that I recently completed after about a year and a half or so of getting all the puzzle pieces in order. This is the Samurai Edge. It is a custom Beretta 92F made popular in the Resident Evil or Biohazard game series. In the game, this is the issued sidearm for S.T.A.R.S officers, and S.T.A.R.S is a special police task force. Now, a lot of S.T.A.R.S members would further customize their Samurai Edge to fit their needs. So this particular version is based on Jill Valentine's pistol in Resident Evil 3 and the Resident Evil remake for the GameCube. Later versions had a different slide engraving on the right side, as well as an A1 style frame with the integral Picatinny rail, sort of like you see here on my compact. Now, I love Berettas, and I love Resident Evil, and I really hate money, so I figured that this project was sort of an inevitability, and that I might as well get it out of the way sooner than later. And I'll go over some of the features of this gun to show you how it's changed or upgraded from the standard Beretta 92F. To start, the frame is the regular Beretta 92F frame with the straight dust cover, as opposed to the slanted dust cover that you see on newer production frames. And really, I just did that to try to stay as accurate as possible to the gun I was attempting to replicate. The grips are custom made by Derek at dsgrips.com. This is actually the second pair of Beretta grips I've received from him, both of which have been excellent. And as you can see, these ones are extended panels. They kind of go beyond where the mag well would normally end and fit flush with the magazine floor plate. On the bottom, they are connected by this panel connector here. You can kind of see that. And on standard Berettas, they usually come with this lanyard loop hammer spring cap. I'll try to show that to you. This little guy right here. And to put these grips on, you have to replace that with the flat hammer spring cap so that panel connector will fit. And the hammer spring cap, of course, holds the hammer spring in place. And on the Samurai Edge, I've replaced the standard hammer spring with a Wolf number 16 hammer spring, which I believe is supposed to be equivalent to the D spring offered by Beretta. And really all that does is help lighten the trigger pull a bit. Moving up the frame, you see the components such as the trigger and the mag release are steel. Newer production Berettas come with composite parts. Again, I kind of ensured that they were steel just to make sure that I was as accurate as possible in replicating this gun. It was also important that I have the steel trigger rather than the composite one because I installed a Wolf trigger conversion unit which requires you to have the steel trigger. The standard trigger spring is prone to breakage after extended use, and frankly it's a pain to deal with if you're trying to install it. So when I was ordering the other things from Wolf, I figured I may as well throw it in too. Now you can get the lighter version of it to help with the trigger pull, but really the only thing I noticed this do is smooth it out a bit, especially in double action. And that's really it for the frame. The slide on the Samurai Edge is a Brigadier slide. It's a bit thicker than a standard 92 slide, more durable, and it weighs just a little bit more to assist recoil. The telltale thing for identifying the Brig slide is this hump here. As you can see on the regular slide, it just is straight across. Kind of adds a little flair, really. I sent it into a place called Customized Creations to get the engravings done. They also added these front serrations to both sides. And as I mentioned earlier, the newer variations of Jill's Samurai Edge have the custom Kendo shop engraving on this side, rather than the model Samurai Edge engraving. I believe it was the airsoft company Tokyo Marui that popularized that when they got the rights to produce airsoft replicas of the gun. But I'm a really big fan of the remake, so this is the one I chose to go with. The barrel on this pistol is a Barstow stainless steel match target barrel. I'll flip this around for you. And I had it fitted by a local gunsmith. He wasn't a kendo, but he did do a good job. And the last little finishing touch was the stainless steel guide rod you see here at the end. It's really a cosmetic thing. I know the newer Berettas also come with composite guide rods. But that's really it for the Samurai Edge. It's, all in all, I'm really happy with it. I guess one thing I could mention is that usually in pictures or in the game sprites, you see that the rear sights are a little bit different. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think they actually exist. There are some that get close, like the sights that come on the Beretta 90TWO, the Beretta 92. But the RPD requirements for the pistol stated that it needed dotted post sights, which these rear sights fulfill. So I'm not too bothered by it. And all in all, I'm really happy with the final product. It's definitely my favorite gun that I own, and it's something that I've wanted to do ever since I got into Resident Evil as a kid, playing Resident Evil 3 and eventually the remake. So I hope you guys thought it was cool too, and thanks for watching.